ashes fall on a velvet floor. Smoke curl like secrets, no one keeps anymore. A glass half empty, whispers in the dark. I strike a match, let the silence spark. Funeral cigarettes burning slow in my hand. A ritual of shadow, only I understand. Every track tastes like blood and regret. I wear the night like a tailored thread. Footsteps echo in the hollow of my chest. Passage heavy, dressed in his best. Coffin of memories nailed with desire. Smoke builds altars. Silence takes control. In the mirror, the stranger tips his head. A ghost in a suit, and he ain't coming back. Funeral cigarettes, smoke dressed in black. I breathe in the air, and I don't look back. Every drag is a promise I never kept. Funeral cigarette. She walks like silence, wrapped in red wine, a dagger in her perfume, sweet as a crime. Eyes cut deeper than a razor in the night, a kiss like venom, but it feels so right. Glass viper smile, sharp and cold, shining like diamonds, but it poisons a soul. One soft touch and the truth goes blind. A glass viper's smile leaves a grave behind. Her words drip slow like honey on steel. Every promise burns, every secret kills. Dance on the ashes, toast to the lies. Love turns to stone when the viper bites. Glass viper smile, sharp and cold, shining like diamonds, but it poisons the soul. One soft touch and the truth goes blind. A glass viper smile leaves the grave behind. Gentle, it's a weapon in disguise. You don't see the fangs till you bleed through the lies. She don't need bullets, her lips load the gun, and when you're gone, the night still smiles on. Glass viper smile, cutting through bone. It leaves you empty, but it feels like home. Kneel to the charm, drink down the guile, forever chained to a glass viper smile. The streets are empty, but the shadows still breathe. Broken neon flicker like a ghost that won't leave. Whiskey on the sidewalk, ashes in the rain. Hollow city nights don't ever change. Hollow city nights, cold steel and chrome. Every step I take, the dark feels like home. No mercy in the alleys, no truth in the lights. I walk forever through hollow city nights. A window whispers softly, but the curtains don't move. The silence is a witness with nothing to prove. The skyline is burning, but it don't make it bright. This city's a coffin with no morning in sight. Hollow city nights, cold steel and chrome. Every step I take, the dark feels like home. No mercy in the alleys, no truth in the lights. I walk forever through hollow city nights. The pavement remembers the stories we hide. Blood in the gutter, but the river is dry. The echoes keep talking, but no one survives in hollow city nights, where the silence thrives. Hollow city nights, no end, no dawn, only the dark that carries on. Iron in my chest beats slow like a war drum. Every step I take, the silence knows where I'm from. Smoke in my lungs, whiskey burns like fire. I walk through the ashes driven by desire. Iron heart blues, forged in flame. No mercy spoken, no man to blame. Blood on my head, steel in my veins. I carry the weight of 1,000 chains. The night don't ask questions, the dark don't forget. Every shadow I've broken is the reason I live. The ground shakes heavy when my boots hit the stone. I was born without fear, I will die alone. Iron heart blue, forged in flame. No mercy spoken, no man to blame. Blood on my hand, steel in my veins. I carry the weight of 1,000 chains. The world keeps burning, but I never rest. A crown made of silence, a throne called the pain. I rule the shadow with iron in my name. So carve it on stone, so the world remembers true. The man with no weakness wore the iron heart blue. trumpets, no thunder sound, just heavy steps on hollow ground. The quiet kills louder than steel, and silence knows the debts you deal. Silence wears a crown tonight, cold as iron, black as night. It doesn't scream, it doesn't bow, it just rules. And it rules you now. Smoke curls around the empty throne. Every oath turns into stone. The king is gone, but the law remains, written in blood, carved in chains. Silence wears a crown tonight, cold as iron, black as night. It doesn't scream, it doesn't bow, it just rules. And it rules you now. Judgment read, only the echo of the words unsaid. A man may fight, a man may fall, but silence will outlive them all. So raise your glass to the shadowed throne, to the ruler carved in flesh and bone. The crown is heavy, the king is gone, but silence carries on. night plays a tune of steel. Every note a wound you feel. Shadows dance where the silence feeds. The killer moves where the heartbeat bleeds. Nocturne for a killer, low and slow. A requiem only the dead man know. It don't beg, it don't forgive. It just tells you how the shadows live. Cigarette ash on a blood-stained floor. He walks away, never counts the score. Eyes like brass, voice like stone. Every soul he takes becomes his own. Nocturne for a killer, low and slow. A requiem only the dead man know. It don't beg, it don't forgive. It just tells you how the shadows live. The melody sharp, the silence wide. The night itself becomes his bride. No hymns, no prayers, no light above. Only murder dressed as love. Fades to black. Don't look forward, don't look back. Every man must face the score, and the killer song plays evermore. The king sits broken whiskey on his breath. His throne is iron, but it stinks of death. Strings of sorrow, brass of decay, the rusted crowned orchestra begins to play. Rusted crowned orchestra, songs for the damned. Every note's a wound carved by his hand. No glory left, no kingdom sound, just ghosts of music where the rust falls down. The drums are hollow, made of bone and time. The trumpets carved in a funeral line. A choir of shadows hums low in the dark, each voice a scar, each chord a mark. Rusted crown orchestra, songs for the damned. Every note's a wound carved by his hand. No glory left, no kingdom sound, just ghosts of music where the rust falls down. Yeah. He lifts his baton, but the silence bleeds. The strings collapse like broken creeds. No empire stands, no anthem remains, just rust and ashes in the king's old veins. Rusted crowned orchestra, oh, requiem slow for the throne that rotted long ago. The hall is empty, the echoes drown in the silence of a rusted crown. The night bleeds shadows, and my veins run iron. No softness left, no mercy breathing here. Every heartbeat is a hammer, every silence a blade in the dark. This is shadows and iron veins, a hymn of fire, a sermon of steel, a gospel forged in blood and smoke. The city sleeps under a broken lantern, but I walk away. Boots heavy, soul heavier. Every step sparks like chains dragging through the dust. This is shadows and iron veins, not salvation, not forgiveness, just the blues of men who burn instead of bend. You walk where the shadows burn slow, gold lips whispering a silent vow. Every man who touched her hand lies cold in the grave by now. The brass widow, dressed in smoke, velvet poison in every stroke. She don't cry, she don't forgive. She takes your crown and steals your will to live. Whiskey glass on a coffin lid. Her perfume smells like gunpowder sin. Every night she lights a flame. Every dawn another soul caves in. The brass widow, dressed in smoke, velvet poison in every stroke. She don't cry, she don't forgive. She takes your crown and steals your will to live. A kiss of brass, a kiss of stone. She leaves no king upon his throne. Behind a veil, the silence grows, a requiem only the dead man knows. So beware the lady draped in night. Her ring reflects the funeral light. When the music fades and the world turns hollow, the brass widow will be the one you follow. The church is cold, no prayers left, only echoes crawling through stone walls. A crown lies on the altar, shining with nothing, a relic of a faith already dead. They called him a saint, but his hands were carved from sin. They called him holy, but his silence bled like knives. The hollow crown sang, ruler of nothing but dust and shadows. The hollow crown sang, worshipped in fear, forgotten and true. Candles flicker, there's smoke rising like broken promises. A choir of ghosts hums low, and I stand in the ruins, watching the empire of fate crumble into ash. He wore a crown, but the crown wore him down. He bore a name, but the name is hollow now. The hollow crown sang, ruler of nothing but dust and shadows. The hollow crown sang, worshipped in fear, forgotten in truth. Every prayer was a bargain, every hymn a chain. But when the bells stopped ringing, only silence remained. Saint or sinner, it makes no difference in the dark. A hollow crown, a hollow man, and the world moves on. The church bells don't ring here, only chains on the ground. a kingdom of ashes, where no king is crowned. The choir is broken, their voices are stone. They whisper salvation in a language unknown. Sing the ashen crown gospel in the fire and the rain. Every note is a dagger, every hymn bleeds with pain. The throne is in ruins, but the silence still prays to the ghost of redemption in the smoke and the haze. A Bible of whiskey, its pages are black. Every verse is a warning, no saints coming back. The preacher's a shadow with a hollowed out face. His sermon is thunder, but his mercy's erased. Sing the ashen crown gospel in the fire and the rain. Every note is a dagger, every hymn bleeds with pain. The throne is in ruins, but the silence still prays to the ghost of redemption in the smoke and the haze. Angels descending, just vultures above. No promise of heaven, just the weight of lost love. The gospel keeps burning, though the choir is gone. The crown turns to ashes, but the song marches on. Sing the ashen crown gospel in the dark and the flame. Every echo's eternal, every silence the same. Let the crown fall to cinders, let the night wear the cross. For the gospel of ashes is a hymn to the lost. Neon burns the alleys like fire dressed in glass. Every sinner's shadow is a ghost that will not pass. The city drinks its poison. The streets remember pain. And every deal goes crimson with blood in the neon rain. Blood in the neon rain. Glory fades, but the scars remain. A kingdom of silence, a kingdom of sin. No one gets out and no one gets in. A pistol sleeps in my pocket. A bottle bleeds in my hand. Every whisper's a dagger. Every promise is dead. The sirens sing like prophets. The night screams out my name. There's no salvation waiting, just blood in the neon rain. Blood in the neon rain. Glory fades, but the scars remain. A kingdom of silence, a kingdom of sin. No one gets out and no one gets in. The streets don't forgive. The lights don't forget. Every step you take is a debt you haven't paid yet. Keeps on breathing like a coffin with no grave. Neon flickers like a dying prayer. Rusted crosses nailed to the hair. The room smells of whiskey and sin. Every story starts where the night begins. The Bible on the table stained, pages torn but the words remain. Shadows whisper through the wall, names forgotten, but the words remain. debts recalled. Brass Cross Motel, where the guilty rest their head. Every silence rings like bells, for the living and the dead. Footsteps echo down the hall, doors creak open, curtains fall, ashtrays brim with forgotten deals, blood on the carpet, a truth that heals. The cross don't shine in silver here, it's brass, it's rust, it's smoke and fear. Every saint pays in dust and flame, every sinner leaves the same. So light me a cigarette, let the whiskey tell the tale. Brass Cross Motel, where salvation is for sale. throne is shattered, stone cracked and bare. No crown, no kingdom, just ghosts in the air. The banners are torn, the fire's long gone, but the silence still rules, and the night marches on. Broken throne blues, etched in bone and rust, a crown that turned to ashes, a kingdom lost to dust. The echoes keep singing, though the king can't choose. Forever in the silence, with the broken throne blues. The court is empty, its windows all blind. Every oath that was spoken was betrayed by time. The marble is cracked, the torch is burnt cold, but the shadows still whisper the secrets of old. Broken throne blues, etched in bone and rust, a crown that turned to ashes, a kingdom lost to dust. The echoes keep singing, though the king can't choose. Forever in the silence, with a broken throne blue. No crown survives, only dust and whiskey keep the night alive. The blues don't lie, they just tear and bruise, like the ghost of a kingdom with a broken throne blue. Are forgotten, where silence wears the crown. cut the silence. Roads paved with rust. Power don't shine, it's carried in dust. The desert knows my name, whispers when I pass. Authority rides slow with whiskey in a glass. Dust and authority carved into the ground. No crown on my head, but the world still bows down. Silence is my kingdom, fear is my decree. The law of the night is dust and authority. Wind howls a sermon, bones rattle deep. Men talk brave, but their courage don't keep. Every shadow bends, every heartbeat agrees. The weight of my stare is dust and authority. Dust and authority carved into the ground. No crown on my head, but the world still bows down. Silence is my kingdom, fear is my decree. The law of the night is dust and authority. No papers, no judge, no written command, just a voice like thunder and a steel strong hand. The desert don't argue, it just lets me be. The only gospel left is dust and authority. Ashes on my coat, iron in my veins. The world turns silent when it hears my name. No need for a throne, no need for a plea. is no mercy, only dust and broken vows. Every stone in this desert knows the weight of silence. Every shadow is a witness to the oaths carved in bone. This is the dust-born testament, signed in blood, sealed in smoke, spoken only by the dead. The book lies open, its pages burned to ash. No priest, no preacher, just the desert itself. Reading the words aloud through rattles of sand and steel. This is the dust-born testament, not of light, not of hope, but of men who walk alone.